Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of HelioPsychosis podcast. This is your host Vikka Draziv, guys. Welcome to the show. If you're watching us from YouTube, do comment, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're watching us from HelioPsychosis or Fern Group on Facebook, do comment and tag your friends to join the show. And if you're finally watching us from RTS, realtruthseekers.com, realtruthseekers.net, rts.video, we big hello to everyone there. We have a huge community there. And just welcome, guys, to the show. We have a really interesting show today. Sorry if I have a lot of dogs in the background. It's quite late for me here. So let's jump into our guests. My co host, like always, who joins me, Genie Editor. Genie, how are you, brother?
Vikka, I'm great. Yeah, you got a great show tonight, brother. Thanks for putting it all together and having me. It's great to be here. Yeah, I'm not sure if Manny's in yet. I haven't heard from him, but I hope he's here right now. And we have Sean Hibbeler, who's got so much great content that's unbelievable. And it's great to be here. Hi to everybody in the audience. If you're coming back for the second, third time, it's great to see you again. And welcome to everybody who's been here for the first time. Hello.
Awesome, brother. And is Money there? Manny, are you there? No, he's not there. So maybe we still have to give him a call. And yes, our special guest for tonight, yes, producer, director of some of the amazing documentary recently released and also from last year. We all know him from his great work, Level and Next Level. It's such a pleasure to have him here on our show finally on Heliopsychosis. Welcome, Sean Hibbeler. Brother, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for waiting around for me, too. I appreciate it.
No, thanks for putting your
No
time out, brother.
problem, bro. Absolutely no problem, brother. Finally, we are here.
Yeah.
So, yep. As we're gonna jump into Sean, when was your real awakening with flat Earth, and what was the most important thing where you said, "Man, this is no going back"?
There's no going back. It's pretty quick for me, man. It was right after 2014 into 2015 is when I started looking into the foods we eat, and I quickly started watching slaughterhouse footage and things, and I just researching dairy, and I was heavy into that in those years once my mom passed, and back then related videos would pop up, as we all can remember how good YouTube used to be, and Eric Dubay 200 proofs popped up, and I go, what the heck is this? The Earth's not a ball. I'm like, just never thought about it. It's one of those things where it's like, I can't remember even anything about the heliocentric model since, second grade, maybe first grade. So I gave it a shot, listened to it. Kind of dismissed a lot of it at first, and I'm like, oh, he doesn't this guy Eric doesn't understand. I'll debunk that. I'm just kind of watching it, open-minded. I'm already awakened to 9/11 and everything else at that point, and so I go, let me look into this myself. Watched a couple more Eric's stuff. It was growing on me. Then I went back and said, what's this called? Flat Earth? Okay, Flat Earth. And again, back then you type it in and you get genuine content creators at that time. So I quickly started watching ODD TV, hooked on that. Myself being from Chicago, South Burbs, and, ODD was doing his rap thing with it too. So it was just like, oh, okay. So I started understanding it better from a different level. Eric was more the scientific, straightforward, cutthroat, this is the way it is. And ODD was seemed a little more entertaining in that sense of just the content he would make. So I used to switch back and forth because you need Eric for the science and the facts, and ODD would put it all together in a more entertaining production. So I used to like watching both. And finally I said, I produce, I was producing sports videos back then, and I just canceled them all. I said, I'm done with this style of career, getting into sports and everything else. I said, this is what I have to do. This is what I have to do. So quickly, I think, I don't know. I don't want to put a time on it, but I'd say within 2 weeks, I was completely on board, and understanding that this great deception is a deception. So I quickly started putting together my first documentary, Truth Is Not Fair Investigation. That was, I believe, early 2016. When I finally finished and I released it. And I really would just watch mostly Eric and ODD at that time. They had so much content, and I would take a lot of their information, some of Dave Murphy, I think some Santos Bonacci. I would take information they were talking about and put it together in the way that I put things together. Just my own way, my own style. I have never really watched another production or producer of a video, or there's a lot of good ones out there. I respect their craft, but I never take it back to my table of what they did. I always have my own thing, my own style, my own vision and things. I don't, when I'm producing something, everything else is cut off in that sense. I'm completely focused on what I want to put out there. But yeah, so it was pretty quick for me. And again, I mean, I grew up with a mother and I know we're on YouTube, so I'll keep it clean. I grew up without getting any of these at all, zero. So I already had a mom that was equipped to that knowledge. I had a mom that, when I came home from second grade science class, had to do the styrofoam solar system. She would complain and said, this isn't the way it is. And this is not the way that it was created. They're lying to you in school, that type of stuff. And of course, at the time, I dismissed it. It's like, shut up, oh my God, you're so annoying. But it's, now it's like, it's like it took her to pass away for Hibbeler Productions to start and spark the spark it needed to spark. Everything happens for a reason. The universe works in weird ways sometimes. So, and God works in mysterious ways. So, but I'm here now, and this is what I'm all about, is the truth on every level. This is just the most important level of knowledge that we can obtain as human beings, in my opinion, is knowing where we live and knowing what we're not on. So I try to stay mainly focused on that field of work, but I do want to dabber and get back into some other topics, especially the current ones going on and stuff like that. So I'm working on a few things right now, though. But if that long answer answered your question, Vikka.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we all had our journey with these conspiracies and how we all evolve in a way, and finally, like, coming to flat earth. And there's nothing else really. There are a lot of material and content we could create, and topics, but flat earth is like really calls your soul from within, because at the core we really know that this truth has to be reached to a lot of people. So
Yeah.
I can really relate with that. Rob Taylor has just joined us. Rob, do you hear us, Rob?
Yes, I have you, Vikka. Thank you. I logged in at about a little after 4. I didn't see anybody on, so I came back later. I wasn't sure what time you're going to kick off. Sorry about that.
No problem, Rob.
Yes, but I want
Shane,
to say thank you, Mr. Hibbeler. Sean, thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah.
I want to thanks a lot for all your work, and Captain Obvious as well. I really like looking at him. I'm not happy they removed him off of YouTube.
Yeah, Captain Obvious would always mirror my a lot of my videos, and it's a big hit because he used to get a lot of people to watch his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud in the flat earth community, as are you and all your programs. Thanks for all your work, Sean.
Thank you. Or you're welcome.
So Rob is our co-host from HelioPsychosis podcast, and he's also one of the star of Flatten the Curve. He's the helicopter pilot in Flatten the Curve.
Okay, the helicopter pilot. Nice. Yeah, you did a good job. All you guys did a good job in that.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sean. I started my engineering I studied engineering at West Point Military Academy. So I've got basic physics, engineer physics, and electric physics and construction physics, and then aerodynamic physics for helicopter flight school for the Army. So I'm all the physics and the degree included. And then I learned the shape of the flat Earth, just like everybody here did. That's my background before I came here. So I want to say thank you to Vikka for putting everybody together, including you, Sean. Vikka's our mastermind that brings everybody in. Thanks to Vikka, the true flat Earth guru, and Alex Michael, the flat Earth music guru as well.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank everybody. Really, we're all in this together.
Yeah, exactly, huh? Exactly. Yeah. We're all speaking.
Well, you know, for the most part, at least, you know, sometimes in the community it can get a little drama filled, and I try to stay away from it. To stay away from it. It's unfortunate that certain people don't like others, and I don't care. I like everybody, and until there's until I see a red flag with my own eyes, you know, I'm not stupid. So, but I love everybody in this community. Especially those that show love. So,
yes, sir.
Exactly. We don't have any problem even with globe earthers, you know. So why would we have problem with flat earthers? No, exactly. And it, as you say, is correct, Sean. It's so much of also this information in flat earth community that it's so easy to just call somebody else, you know, is not doing right, or a shill, or, you know, it's so easy. The people, just one would say something and the other would believe. It's such the community in some part is so lost in this aspect of calling other people, you know. If someone is doing something, it's the shill or the Illuminati or Masonic, you know, it's just this usual stuff, and it just, what it does is divide more.
I got called a shill for the first time ever recently, ever.
Excellent.
And it was RV Truth or someone. Yeah, RV Truth. He said I don't have it behind me because we're not on Zoom, but I usually have a video playing in the background when I do my shows. And it's got like I created a studio, like a backdrop on Photoshop Studio. I put like a TV in it, and I play the next level on it. So RV Truth said that I'm a shield because of my expensive recording studio I have behind me. It's fake. I'm in like a 12 by 12 room with a green screen. So it's just funny because that's my point, though. And to contest to your point, to go so far as to creating lies about somebody and then calling them names, diverting the community from within, that's dangerous to me. Don't do that. Watch those people. You shouldn't be doing that. You know, if you got a legitimate reason to call someone out, I understand. I completely understand. I'm not the type of person to do that. I kind of just like, that's not my business. I stay in my own lane. If someone's yakety yakking, I stay in my own lane. But I still respect and understand when someone can say, hey, look at this person's acting up. Come on, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, whatever. If that's what you want to do with your life, that's fine. But when people create lies and attach them to trying to take a name down, a genuine person's name down, you got to watch those people, in my opinion, because it's not good. It's not good, man.
A lot of that seems to come from like personal egos that the people behind the scenes don't get along. The scene breaks up and they start screaming nonsense about each other.
Yeah, see, they're never gonna fool me. People can make their own show about me, and I'm still gonna be doing me. I'm still gonna be doing what I'm doing. I don't ever care, man, what anybody says about me, what they think they know. I'm on a mission from our creator. No one's standing in my way. No one's gonna get in my way. So.
And it's none of my business what they think of me anyway, right?
Same with us here. It is a mission from the creator. We speak truth, and it all points to the creator. Absolutely.
Correct.
Hey, Sean, do you know that Rob right here was hands-on building a railgun one time?
Oh, nice.
How about that, right?
Rob,
how are you, my brother?
Thanks for bringing that up, Gene. Yeah, thanks, Gene.
No problem.
As a matter of fact, my senior research project for our electric engineering at West Point, we indeed did build a railgun, and I fired it myself.
So cool. Nice. What did you fire, Rob? How much? What did it weigh and how far? What did you guys do?
Well, it was maybe 4 ounces. It was this little piece of metal, And
Okay.
it was just a demonstration piece, is what it was.
Okay.
So we didn't set a world record for distance or muzzle velocity, but we did fire the thing. And I'll tell you one time I was down there, and actually I was down there after hours on a Saturday night. I had no clearance to go down there. I was like real genius down there firing the laser.
Very cool.
And I accidentally started a fire with the thing. So that tells you how the heat of the thing coming out. What it did, it hit the foam backdrop, and that was the stopper. I mean, the background for it to stop. And it was real quick. I just reached over and put out the flame. But that'll just tell you a little bit background of there. We did fire it.
That's great.
So thanks for bringing it up, Gene.
Starting fires with a rail gun. I love it.
Yes, sir. And I also want to bring this up. Eugene, you said a lot of the people attacking us, it's a corporate ego, but then it's a personal ego. But then again, there's a corporate ego as well. It's a corporate agenda. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what we're talking about.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
There are a handful. Yeah, there are a handful of people in the community who are just dedicated to doing that, so and they show themselves as real flat earthers and really, passionate about the truth and, truth seekers, but in the end they know what game they are playing, but nobody have a right to judge anybody, that's my opinion, be it a glober, be it a flat earther or whatever they are doing, because just calling out somebody else is just yourself is going to be distrusted. The people who are really have eyes to see, they're going to see just through it. So let the people realize, so let the people realize instead of calling people out. So
yeah, that's why I just keep moving forward, man. The truth sets me free every morning I wake up. I know who I am, so I don't.
That's what it is, right? It's more truth. It's bigger than flat Earth, and flat Earth is one of the biggest. But it is more truth because there's so much more. It covers so much area.
Yeah, there's a lot to cover with this topic. That's why, try to, each year I'm going to try to make a film have a little bit different of a vibe, cover ranges of different topics. There's so many. You can make 20 flat Earth documentaries and still have more information to share,
Tartaria, you into that?
Yeah. I'm not heavy into it, like in terms of the knowledge of it all.
Okay.
But I've looked at it a lot since it's been
like hot
on
topic.
the scene now. Yeah, hot topic of the past couple years. I'm very interested in that, and I've talked to Martin Leakey, Flat Earth British. I've reached out to John Levy before.
Yeah. Oh, really? But, I did too.
Probably make a film, make a Tartaria film the way I did the Next Level. Just sit down with them and go over
put
the basics.
Hibbeler all over that stuff, bro. You do have a fingerprint you leave on your stuff, brother. That's awesome. I really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it, and Tartaria deserves that type of
very cool.
feel. I mean, it's hard to, which is why I made Level the first one to begin with. It was always hard to find. It's like, you got a documentary about it? Is there a documentary about it? And I'm like, no,
right.
Flat Earth. I was like, oh, really? I was like, I made some compilations. There's way more others than me that do good work. It's more compilation type stuff, not like a film feel. And I'm like, ooh,
right.
A light bulb. So, obviously,
so cool.
Tartaria deserves that platform too, man. Tartaria would deserve a whole documentary piece on it. It'd probably be a 2-hour piece, but I would never if I was going to do that, which I told Martin I was. So that means I will. I already spoke it. So
very cool.
But it would probably take a couple years to finish. I would never put a deadline timeline on that. No way. That'd be too stressful.
I got a friend on the list to come on this show. Is Tommy Rogers in Canada, who has a lot of film from that kind of genre, we'll call it, right? He's got a lot of Canadian Tartarian stuff. If you want to hook up with him, I can have that.
Get my information from Vikka and then send me an email and I'll
sure.
for sure.
Sure. Tommy's great. He'll be on the show soon.
And
He's,
The more the merrier in terms of Tartaria. I mean, you know, with the flat Earth topic, there's so many people, so many greats in this movement to choose from to see if they want to be a part of something. But with, so I think Taboo Conspiracy, I respect a lot, and he's put some good work out there for years. Yeah. So I you know, I asked him to be in the next film I do on flat Earth. I don't, you know, I don't know what the title is going to be. Obviously, Level will be in it, but.
Okay, so that was supposed to, Sean. That was supposed to be one of my question. You did level, and then you did the next level, and then there was some change of cast. Why was the change, or you preferred it, or?
You mean in terms of from the first film to the second, the new faces versus the old faces?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to keep it fresh every film and mix and match, and you know, especially when people are available or they're not available. You know, it's one of those situations too. Obviously, yeah. I mean, like even Eric, I reached out to Eric. Eric wanted to narrate again, I believe. So it just didn't. You know, as you could tell by the film, it just wasn't that type of film for narration in a sense. It's more of a sit down documentary. You know, he's all the way in Bangkok, and at the time with the lockdown BS and everything that was going on, and I assumed there's still a way I can get out there, but I think he was just better suited for himself to do narration again. So and then he said he was busy with I don't know if he was moving or doing something at that time. So I said, hey, maybe we'll link back up for part 3. Dave Murphy, I haven't really heard from since he came on my show right after the film Level. And it's just like, I was like, you know what? I already had a couple other people in mind to be in this one. So I didn't want to overwork myself and have to film 15 people or something. And that's just, like this was enough people to fly to and go sit down and film and all that. It's like, you know, to even think of 2, 3, 4 more people. It's crazy. It would have took a lot longer.
Big difference.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to get a supercomputer in some sense, and someone actually donated me a really nice GP or graphics card or one of those things. It was a donation, so it's in my mind's just like, I can't waste this. It's very expensive donation, and I'm like, I might as well just try to keep putting something together so I can get a really, really, really nice computer, so the next few films can be 4K. I can't currently, there's no way you can do 4K editing on this machine, man. Let's just put it that way. You can't. It's hard enough to do 1080p, trust me. So I want to do my films in 4K. So one step at a time. You know, that's all I can do is one step at a time, unfortunately. So
very cool. We're all behind you. We're all with you.
Yeah, and I think the next film, like I said, Taboo Conspiracies in the next one for sure. He said he's down.
That's
so
great.
Yeah. And then who knows? You know, I'll look at the first level roster, reach out to some of them, reach out to some of the second level roster, see who's available, who wants to be in it. Again, I don't want to overwork myself either. So
exactly, the most collaboration is you get without asking much. That people you're gonna have, because that's what is more important. You need collaboration and total collaboration, because people have life, people have things to do, you know, people have dedication, and you can't really force somebody, you know. No, even if you want so much that person or that content or that theme in the documentary, but things could just change, you know. So, and speaking about the level, Sean, what did you improve from your first level that you could do in your second one? And were you happy with what you made it better from that last year to this year?
Yeah. Well, you know, for me, I let the audience decide which one's better. But at the same time, the next level for me was a little bit better in that sense of documentary feel, where, you know, I'm, you know, you got a bunch of people and you sit down with them and well, I guess to answer the question though, because that's more elaboration. To answer the question, it's more creative control. I mean, it's like you know, from the first one, people were I was like, hey, can you help me out with something? Talk a little flat Earth, send it in. And they're just sending me stuff. and I'm like trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together based off of things that were random in a sense. This time around was like, I'm there, I'm in the flesh with the person, and I'm like, hey, for you, I want to talk about X, Y, Z, and for you, I want Z to be in depth and detail. I want you to go on rants about Z, but X and Y we'll do a little bit, and then when I go to the next person, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to ask that person this, so I'll ask them. I'll try to mix and match questions where a lot of the questions were similar to everybody in the film, but some people had little separate ones. So I could focus, have like give them like a spotlight moment in the film where it's just them talking about a topic. So it's more, I know that the word sounds bad, but it's control. It's more control. I had more control of my vision where, I'm not just receiving things and then going, oh, I got to figure this out and work with what they gave me. This is like, I'm just going to go get what I need from everyone in the film if I can, because I know who these people are in the sense. I know where their mindsets are in their reality of where they live. And
familiarity.
Yes, I know how to, it was just a great experience. It was a better experience again because
it all showed up, bro.
Them.
It really did. It showed up beautiful in the documentary. It was beautiful. Really great.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, no
and
problem.
being a producer and director myself, the changes I saw from the level 1 to the next level is that with the level 1 it was more like a compilation, as you say. They sent you thing and you had to sort it out and put it in a presentable way. And with this one, as you say, you went there, you shot everybody the way you want. And also the difference I saw is that the images you produce is all your footages. There's no copyright stuff, there is no images, there is no animation that can have copyright issues, which I also see a very positive point. And that's your product.
Yep.
I hope that was one also a key factor that I saw the difference, and that's awesome.
Well, I do use some stock footage that I pay for, obviously, and I did obviously use some stuff from NASA and Virgin Galactic and things like that. But for me, in reality, bring me to court, NASA. I'll see you there. I couldn't wait. That'd be great. No, I'm for it. That'd be fucking great. You know why that'd be great? Because I get everybody to come fly down and film it, and we're gonna make it an event. We're gonna bring the media with us. We're gonna take all of the alternative media, all the sources we possibly can get to come and film this battle, and we're gonna win the battle, and we're gonna be on the inside winning and the outside of the building winning, and we're gonna bring more attention to the flat Earth truth. By doing that. So I'm always in the back of my mind, like, yeah, fuck that. Full screen NASA. Boom. Come get me. Yeah. Boom. Come get me. And they won't. We all know they won't. They won't touch this. They just leave it alone. Doesn't exist. Keep on making your cartoons.
I've been kind of wondering, where's Chuck Nice through all this? He's got nothing. No, but none of them. Zero. Any of them have nothing to say. You think Chuck Nice, he's a public guy. It's just a comedian. He might come out and say, "Yeah, nah." Have you ever seen where Tyson explains why he won't debate a flat earther?
Well, I heard his answer on Rogan. I don't know. Has it been asked other than Rogan's show?
Yeah, there's a different one on YouTube, and it's hysterical. He holds up 4 fingers and counts 2 things twice. It's charisma, and I forget what it is off the top of my head, but it's pretty funny. It's a 5-minute clip. I'll get it to you. It's definitely. You got to see it.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, it's not that he knows he'd lose regardless, but his people won't let him do that. It's just they're never going to allow that unless they think it's time to disclose the information. But I don't think they ever will. In that sense, I don't think so. Unless they're going to
addressing it.
Well, yeah, but unless they're going to bring forth a false flat Earth model and try to sell the public on that, I still don't even see that. But
no, I think even by addressing it alone, he's kind of by saying he's not going to talk to these people. He's sort of addressing it. He's saying, "Yeah, nah, I'm not going out there with them. I have no reason to."
Yeah, Well, the only reason he'd have is to lose.
Exactly, and
That's
that's
one of
what he's saying. There's a
it's like
possibility I could lose because the guy's more
probability.
charismatic.
Probability.
Yeah,
It's a higher
no,
probability.
he'd get flattened by one of you guys. Flattened, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not even
There's
a
no way.
debater. I'm not even a debater in that sense. You know,
Just
I'm not
the facts, bro. The stuff you can rattle off, though.
I'd still, for some reason, if I was picked out of everyone, I'd like to hand it off to Eric or Dave, or there's other people that I know would just go in there and get everything right. But I even
You
with
do
me,
well.
I still wouldn't fucking flinch, man.
I know.
It wouldn't even. I give me my 3 seconds of butterflies once they're about to go on live or something.
Yeah.
But once we're in, like, it's like, what are you gonna say, Neil?
Yeah,
I gotta hear. Can we let Neil go first? Thank you. Let Neil go first. I want to see this whole show charade.
Yeah,
He's the Ronald McDonald clown of fake physics.
Yeah,
I was a fan of his.
I think.
I never.
Yeah,
was.
go ahead.
And what does Garrett say? He's the clown prince of physics, right? The Ronald McDonald prince of fake physics.
That's true. And with that, if he's Ronald McDonald, then Bill Nye's Krusty the Clown.
Ooh.
Exactly. Precisely. They're two clowns, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Complete clowns is what they are. They act like everybody believes them, and sadly, the majority of people have no base in physics, so they don't know how to respond against them.
Oh yeah, they have so many other clowns also. Also the NASA clowns, you know, some of the astronauts and some of these guys who were in this conference where they're speaking about the Mars landing, and these guys just making up shit. Now this guy's got promotion. Now he's appearing in documentaries and giving his expertise. I don't know his name, but this guy he's an actor too.
Which guy?
In one of the conference.
Commander Kelly.
We have a lot of
Commander Kelly that does these conferences. Commander Kelly.
Maybe that's him, but he's the one. He's just making up crap.
Yeah, making up.
But we have a lot of disturbance from somebody in the background.
I hope it's not me.
Okay, okay. There was a question. Somebody was saying in the chat, Hibbeler believes in evolution. For sure, it's a joke, right?
Wait, what's the question?
No, somebody was saying in the comment that Hibbeler believes in evolution.
Okay, I've never.
Did you know that, Sean?
I didn't know that. That's never been said out of my mouth. Evolution. First of all, it's evolution, but no, evolution. The fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
Wow. So I have a troll already. Oh man. Oh man, that's not good, man. I gotta start doing less shows.
I think we got to be like the most trolled group ever.
Hibbeler believes in evolution. It's actually pretty funny. You get the top award for funniest.
No, but also you're saying about Bigfoot that he thinks in Bigfoot also. So
Bigfoot. I do think Sasquatches are on this earth. Yes, I do. I'm not going to stand down from the truth that I know because it's uncommon or people think it's funny. It is what it is. People can make fun of me all they want. That doesn't bother me at all. But until you see, until you've heard what I heard and smelled what I smelled and read what I read, the consistent eyewitness testimony, thousands, over 10,000 a year come in. They're all the same. They all have the same smell, same sense. They're legit. I don't get why. I guess I understand in a sense why flat earthers don't want to be talking about this shit. Well, we're trying to make We don't want to make the flat Earth look bad. That's bullshit. Why do you think all these people that you want to wake up to the flat Earth, you call them pieces of shit because they won't wake up to the flat Earth? And the reason they won't wake up to the flat Earth, the bigger people, right? They won't talk about it is because of what we all say. Well, they don't. Oh, well, their defense is they don't want to make their brand or their company look worse. So they don't want to talk about flat Earth. They don't want to get him. They don't want to be ridiculed and not taken seriously. No. Fuck that. I don't live by those rules. What they do. I live by my rules, the truth. So if you think they're fake, that's your opinion. That's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. So.
Yeah, Sasquatch or giants or aliens. Why aren't they possible on flat Earth? Why not?
Yeah.
No? Why not?
I don't know what that has to do with a heliocentric theory, but I'm still waiting to hear that one. I don't know what that has to do with heliocentrism, Sasquatch. Anyone? What does that have to do with heliocentrism?
Nothing, because it doesn't make.
I mean, what do they say?
Sphere.
What would they say? What? I've never heard a globehead say, "Oh, Sasquatch." It means there's a globe. I've never heard that. What do they?
They would probably think it's part of evolution. That there's a missing link somewhere. They can't find it. Right? They find new species with nothing before it. All of a sudden, with no fossil record. That's all a bunch of crap anyway, though. But I'm just saying their story. So maybe it's part of that. They don't really know.
No, but it's not the first time. I've heard other people also speaking about other flat earthers that they believe in squash, these or the aliens or other people. I don't see any problem with that, because we have to think beyond and not limit ourselves in our research and investigation, because everything could be a clue, in a way, a clue for what we are looking for. We can just say, no, this is it. We don't believe in space, so there are no aliens. The space, our physical space is infinite too. It's almost never ending. It's more, I think it's much more vast than this fake space of NASA. So with different levels. So,
yeah, but
go ahead.
Understand that as much as everybody holds on to the flat Earth truth like we all do, and we all agree we shouldn't be ridiculed for this truth, right? But yet we get it. We get it from the outside looking in. We get ridicule. We think the Earth's flat. It's like, and what does mainstream do with it? They make fun of it, right? They poke fun at the flat Earth. They show the wrong thing. What do you think they do with Sasquatch? Sasquatch is laughable, just like flat Earth to the outside world. To society, the blue pill society. Sasquatch and flat Earth are two hilarious conspiracy theories. So it's right in the same category. There's got to be a reason that they have. They created Chewbacca in Star Wars. They created Harry the Henderson's TV show. So it's the same reason they gave Santa Claus the the popularity they gave him when they created him, and they blew it up because they wanted to replace the term North Pole in people's minds to have a new generation come up with a new thing called Santa Claus that lives in the North Pole to hopefully skip further generations from going, well, what's in the North Pole? So they have an agenda from every angle, but to think for 1 second that what all God's creations are and where they're from and what they look like, you're on some bullshit. What do? You watch some documentaries on cable TV? Did you read a couple fucking magazines? You know what everything is out there? All right. Awesome. Way to be close-minded, flat earthers.
I was just thinking, don't limit yourself to what TV tells you at all. Don't
limit your creator to not having more land. Don't limit your creator. Oh, the creator didn't talk about more land. No. You're limiting the creator when you say there can't be any more than 7 continents. You're putting a limit on the creator now. And don't.
Yeah. We know very well that this is just can't be the known world we know and we have explored. There's so much land-wise, race-wise,
animals-wise, plants,
animals-wise, everything. Food. It's so much that we can't even imagine. Forget about going there. We cannot even imagine in our brains what exists and what can exist,
Yeah.
or towards the north or far beyond,
Eh,
So
eh, the schools that told us to think out of the box are actually the ones that put us in a box,
Yeah.
and
Well,
and it's hard to think out of it.
it's a prison. The globe's a prison. I also think a snow globe is similar to a prison. 7 continents, put a dish over it, and you're nowhere to go. So
Right.
again, I mean, for me, until there's no proof of a glass dome anywhere. I'm sorry,
Well,
there's just
no-
not. And people, 1958 encyclopedia. You want to reference a government
Oh,
book
yeah.
again? Is that what you're gonna?
That
Is
we-
that what
yeah.
we're doing? Is referencing government books? I guess we're on a globe
That-
then, because the government books say we are. What are
Right.
we talking
Sean, we discussed this in one of our lives, and I was saying
Yeah.
the same thing. I was saying it's impossible to have the dome in New Zealand. It's impossible.
No, we
Well,
were saying
you know
it's
what?
25. If
Go
there's
ahead.
a dome, they're saying it's about 2,500 miles past the shoreline, I think, of Antarctica.
Who's
Something
who's
to that
they
effect.
and
So
where,
there's a-
where this?
There's a
where'd this come from?
2,500-mile circle past Antarctica. That's an enormous, tremendous amount of land.
Where does this number come from? Do you know?
Yeah, that's where they found they were drilling. I forget what year, the 50s, I guess, late 50s, and they had like a TBM, a tunnel boring machine out there. They found something, and they were drilling, and they don't know what this stuff was, and the drill went in further than the outside, so the drill was completely in there within I don't know how many feet, and the team had to exit the the vicinity for what reason I forgot, but they all left, and by the time they got back a week or two later, this stuff engulfed the whole machine, and they had a hard time getting through it, and I could dig that up too. Rob was talking about that a few weeks back with Kevin from Flatten the Curve. Yeah, that's and they had some stuff, they call it the blue ice, where it's where it, it doesn't transport, it evaporates into like nothing. It doesn't even leave sweat, like moisture, anything, nothing. It's just gone. So yeah, we'll hook up. I'll dig some of the stuff up. You take a look at it, man.
Yeah, and again, none of us know what's above us.
Rob, could you?
None of us know what's past the 60th parallel. That's number one. None of us know.
And
nobody knows that we know of. Period. What's above us and what's away from us. We could speculate. There's a lot of eyewitness testimony about more land. There's a lot of speculation surrounding it. There's a lot of ancient maps. There's a lot of things that books that were written.
Admiral Byrd, they killed him right after he said that.
Yeah, there's a lot of books.
Okay.
Whether you think the books are real or not, they were written in the late 1800s. They were talking about more land in the late 1800s. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So the speculation.
And now they don't.
Can turn into probability. I'll give more land probability with a glass dome sitting over an Earth, and there's nowhere to go now. I just, me personally, I can't get on board with that. Without any evidence, without any rumor of evidence, I can't.
There could be, Sean, but maybe it's not.
I know there could be.
It could be.
I agree.
But not very near. Because if it's there, it has to be really, really far. It's not somewhere near New Zealand.
73 miles up is usually the test from these rockets that amateurs have sent up. 73 miles up is usually kapunk. Every time, 73 miles. Call it 80 miles. Call it 80.
Right.
Pretend 80. If you had a dome at 80 miles high, there's no way it couldn't. How 80 miles high? That thing would have to be 3,000 miles to 10,000 miles high, in my opinion, to stretch over the entire world and then come down and connect to the ground somewhere. You have to think about the geometry involved here. There's no way, in my opinion. To me, it's just a flat ocean above us. You look up, it looks like you're staring at an ocean. And SpaceX likes to scrape it with their little machines they send up there. They scrape it. And everybody's they're scraping the dome. I'm like, have you seen glass get scraped? That's not what it looks like. That looks like ocean ripples. That looks like water. Just like when you zoom in on a fucking star. That looks like water. Well, we all water's level. So it's water above us and it's level. It's a level ocean above. But the ancients got it where, oh no, it's going to curve down, they put this dome over it respectfully. That's their perspective, right? That's our perspective too. So they're drawing what they see. I respect that. You think that the ancients knew what was above us? I don't think so, but
adding
who knows?
Adding
Maybe.
to Sean, adding to what you're saying, Sean. So we know that we have subterranean levels below us. We have more or less idea. Subterranean level, that there are possibility of worlds below us. Right. So why not above us too, possible, before the dome?
Because they build stuff down there. I mean, there's evidence that there's communities below us. So who knows what they've actually done down there?
So even going upward, going upward, so it has to be the same. There have to be some levels before you could reach to the water or whatever is above. It can't be so much near. Cannot be. It's not possible.
I think it is pretty near to us here. It's exactly where we see it with our eyes. You look at the moon, that's where the moon is. That's where it is. You look at the sun, that's where the sun is. It's like when someone sees an airplane in the sky, I can't sell anyone that's trillions of miles away. It's right there. I mean, you're looking at the airplane, that's where the airplane is. When you see the sun right there, that's where the sun is. So for me, everything is just right here in our system, going around our heads. And to say what is past the water or anything else, that's speculation above, it's speculation below. And on the outside, again, the outside for me is more probability at that point, speculation, but probable because of all the red flags and eyewitness testimony and everything else. And they've hidden it all. It's like with what's above us, pretend it was just water. They can't get through. You guys have seen that documentary from back in the day, right? Where the submarine couldn't get through to the bottom. He's like another river below.
Yeah, right.
And he couldn't penetrate
that's
it.
It makes
so that could be the same shit, but all they could do is scrape it. Maybe they could just scrape it, and it.
And they can't drill past 8 miles either. It makes me
down. Yeah. Well, who knows though? That might be a psyop within a psyop, right? Because what if they can?
Sure.
What if they can?
Or what if they did? Yeah, what if they? Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna 20 miles down, and there's a community down there. It's like, well, we'll never check because they told us 7.9 miles.
Right. Absolutely.
But possibly true that that's the deepest they can dig. I'm just saying.
I would like to be shocked by something that's just crazy out of control.
Something needs to happen, man. Well, humanity needs to wake the fuck up and abolish the Antarctic Treaty. Just abolish the Antarctic Treaty. Let's just start there. Just storm the Antarctic Treaty. Period. And let all civilians go do what they want in Antarctica. We'll smash this wide open. Almost every answer is going to be there. So that's where we need to start. As much as I'd love to go to the North more to see the North Pole, and I mean, there's a reason Compass's Point there, so maybe we should go. But I'd love to see the Antarctic Treaty abolished and just to see what the heck's going on. The truth is out. The truth is past that 60th parallel. Let me tell you, it's got to be. That's why we can't go.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're having a really interesting topic, so we're gonna continue, but we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna be right back. All right.
Excellent. See you in a minute.
There's not one authentic picture of this oblate, pear-shaped spinning ball that they claim we live on. Sorry to tell you, the only thing that's been to space is your imagination. There is no such thing as space. For thousands of years, all ancient civilizations knew the earth was flat. Until 500 years ago, they took the word of God and they turned it upside down. They said, no, we revolve around the sun. The sun's in the middle, and we're spinning through space and wobbling with the sun at over 600,000 miles per hour. when an organization of pseudoscientists tell me to go completely against what all my senses tell me, that we're stationary and flat. I see it's flat, it's immovable. When I'll go outside, when I send a camera up without GoPro or fisheye lens, when I send a balloon up 100,000 feet and it shows the horizon flat, I can't go against that. When I see skylines 60 to 100 miles away, when spherical geometry says they should be behind the curve, all this stuff isn't adding up. There's not one authentic picture of this oblate, pear-shaped, spinning ball that they claim we live on. I'm sorry to tell you, the only thing that's been to space
I remember my
is your imagination. There is no such thing as space.
You guys land on the moon,
No,
which
you
was
didn't. No, you didn't.
what?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. So you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories. Well,
All right, welcome back, guys. What an awesome show we have today with our special guest, John Hibbeler, the producer and director of Level and the Next Level. Before we jump in the show, just going to give a quick shout out to the people in the chat. We have quite a few people there. We have Tutsikatu, Leah Devi, Flat Earth Genius, Yasmin Anna. Then we've got Flat Earth Nation, Better Than Gold, J Daddy, hey, hello brother, J Daddy. Then we got Mad About a Shape, we got Life Station Express, we got Globebusters, hey Bob, how are you doing? We got Jess Johan's mom. Then we've got, who else? Fisherman in a Box, hey, big hello to you, Fisherman in a Box. Then we got, who else? Winker Nux, hello brother from Greece. Then we got Park Away. And my name is last name something. Then we got Evelyn Gold, we got Hydro Genie. And yeah, 711 Lucas. Yeah, so welcome to the show, guys, and
Hi,
continuing
everybody.
with the show. Yep, we have Sean Hibbeler with us. Yeah, we were speaking about the north. There are quite a different speculation about what could be in the north. You know, so some of my research was saying that I don't know if you guys have heard about Gog and Magog. You know, it's kind of a race of humans that live in the north. That's why we are not allowed to go there. And there was supposed to be kind of a wall that is holding this race there. And if this walls break, these people are going to come to this part of the world. And for every human being that we exist, there are 7 of this race. So there are 7 times more than us. That's what some of my research. Maybe this could be a speculation. Maybe sound like a fairy tale. But you know, who knows? What's your take,
knows?
Sean?
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Again, it's one of those things where same as the South. Let us go. You know, I mean, let's that, you know, in a sense that it's like, oh, there's no treaty in the North. It's like, all right, well, everyone that's documented trying to go on their own, they get turned around. So you tell me what that sounds like. I don't know. I think that we might have a better chance to get there. It might be harder to get there, but I feel like collectively, since it's just smaller circumference, just, I mean, hypothetically, we got 10,000 ships together. We're going south, we're going north. You know, and I feel like the north would be maybe a little bit easier to get through and possibly make a human war out of it. Just attack mode, just go in and see what happens. But who knows? Who knows?
I like that idea.
One day it's gotta go down. It can't stay like this. It can't keep. There's too many people that know, even though we don't know, right? But it's still with that. Still, there's too many people that know of the possibilities. The more and more that gets out there, that's why people go, why do you talk about so much more land in the second one? It's speculation. It's let's talk nothing but facts. It's like, well, those are facts. I didn't lie about more land in the film. I'm showing the people, hey, here's a door, open it up. There's possibility there's more land. I'm trying to get people, and people are like, well, you should get people interested in the flat earth the right way. It's like there's no right way. But this has been 7 years of battling, and we're still the minority by far. So we need a lot to do to get even a 50-50 shot in this world on flat versus sphere. So by any means necessary, do it with a good heart, do it without lying. But I'm not lying about more land. I'm not. That's
Sean, I think one of the main reason for hiding flat Earth is because for more land. After it's one of the main reason, because the globe, as we know, is a prison planet. Nobody's going to go and explore if they don't believe that there is more land. They know that they're going to go around and come back. But once they know it's more land, the game is over. So putting that in level 2, that the extra lands and all this stuff, it's an important information that the people need to know. Most of the flat earther, we know this, we are behind this. I have so many memes also, and for sure in the future we're going to make also some, maybe some clip about it. But like, as I say, the Pandora is not in outer space. Pandora is in land beyond Antarctica. That's one of my most famous memes, in one of my groups from a few years back. So because the giant trees, the races that could live beyond the extra lands and resources, and with the whole Admiral Byrd psyop. For us, it's a psyop. He was a player. For our research, Admiral Byrd he was just a puppet, because if he was in the mainstream media there pushing this, is because he was there to give some disinformation and make people more confused about what's going on. Because you are on the main, you're on a main TV channel, and you're just saying there are more lands and this and that. As we say, some people like him because of the Hollow Earth situation. Some people like him because of the UFO with the Nazis. Some people like him because we flat earth the thing he said there is more land. So it fits in for many purposes at once. Yep.
Yeah. No, I could totally see that. I don't know either way. All I know is that he did leak some information about more land. He seems sincere about it. And at the end of the day, whether he's a puppet or not, you got to tell the truth. So let's call him a puppet. They put him out there to release the truth, and they sprinkled in a bunch of bullshit around it. And that was it, though. You have to understand. I mean, that's all they have to do. That's it. Oh, we told them. We told them, let's go. Now, but look how quick it was. Look how quick it shifted after that. NASA, then the treaty. It's boom, 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 boom. It's like, we said it. We told the truth. We put it out there. Not our fault. They didn't hear us. They're giving consent to it. No one's rioting. No one's, saying nobody cares. They made sure nobody cared about it. They buried it. It's resurfaced now. And that's, to me, it's a big piece of the puzzle. Whether or not he's a puppet, it's still a piece of the puzzle. And it has to be talked about. And unfortunately, with general society, when they see this, semi-popular admirals said there's more land. Seems like they're more interested in flat Earth at that point, because it's like the stature of these people. It's like, it's like showing someone, celebrities are saying the Earth's flat. We know, fuck them, but we also know that general society might take that might be what they need sometimes. And that sucks to say that, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Is that they won't listen to their peers. You're not a science professor.
They're not as smart as they are.
Yeah, but for some reason, an unqualified celebrity talks about something, and they're, oh my god, like they're also not a science professor, but you believe them because they're celebrities. So, my job is to wake up the general public, man. Not even the truthers. It's like the general public, or at least the ones that are awakened to what's going on in our world right now, or the ones that didn't want to wear their masks and hate, some sort of a rebel-minded, fuck the government-minded person. It's time for Flat Earth now. They need to get on board. There's so many of them that aren't on board. So
you're right.
That's why I try to talk That's why I try to make these films in the way I do. So those types of minded people can watch something and go, oh shit. And again, I've never received more emails, DMs, comments, everything combined about anything I've ever touched besides the next level. It's like times 10 of everything else. Personal messages, people saying they literally were globe heads until the end of the next level.
Very
and they're
cool.
like, whoa. And I was like, whoa, I always thought that was an impossible feat to have one film to wake someone up from 0 to 100 of, wow, this is the Globe's a deception. I thought it would take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 films, but just to know that one of the films, and I'm sure Level did it too, I just never heard, but
Level caused it, maybe, you got a lot of
it caused the ripple.
That.
Well, Level was more of an aggressive approach. Yeah, Level was,
I was the first one, the biggest first one though, no, bro.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying personally, when people,
right.
oh yeah, it was big, but people emailing me,
right,
and telling me that this film just completely turned everything for them, and now they're on board.
It really was awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah, again, level was awesome for the people. I made Level for the people that need to get smacked in the face, across the face. I feel like when I wrote that and Eric presented it beautifully, I just smacking him in the face and saying it's time to wake up.
Out when that was coming out, I'm like, they got a movie coming out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it was great. Same with Vikka.
A good content.
Another one.
A good content put together very well have to make the right impact. That's what I think happens. So it's a combination of truth put in a really good way. So it has to change people's mind, and also happened for sure with Level, with the next level, and also with Flatten the Curve. We had so many people coming ahead and saying, man, this is crazy stuff. This is they never thought it's possible, because there are lots of people who are on the edge. Even they don't know about anything about flat Earth, or they've never heard about it, or there are people who know but they don't want to see. So we have a lot of different people to aim target, in the documentaries, who are halfway, who are
when people bring up flight routes or airplanes, to me, I don't even say shit. I go watch Flatten the Curve. I said, look, there's a documentary made about this. This is why it's on purpose why I didn't touch the topic at all in the next level. It's not necessary. If someone says, hey, I like the next level, but if you could watch the next level and still say but, and then bring up airplanes, I'm gonna say, really? I say, okay, that's cool. That's the part of your brain that you need closure with. Go watch Flatten the Curve. And I've said it many times.
It's for
I didn't want to touch that. I knew you guys were doing that. I'm like, okay, it's mostly about airplanes and stuff. I'm not going to do airplanes at all. Maybe the third one I'll do something. I do know a pilot right now that wants to possibly get up in the air, film himself while flying, speaking about how he can prove it.
Nice.
While up there, of course, we agreed to blur the face and everything, but I'm in talks with him. So there's no guarantees, but I want to make the next one again good and unique and different. And I want each film each year to be like, this is a whole nother, it doesn't seem like it's continuing. I want it to really feel like brand new.
The same goes with us. We are working now. We're gonna start working with Flatten the Curve too, and we don't want to do the same thing. We're gonna have professionals, different professionals. Some of them could be, a couple of them would be same, but the other ones gonna be different profession. So we just want to have the same format. We want to change things, so that the people can get the new updates in a way, because every time for us from Truth Frequency Films, it was one of our first big project like this. So and the people really accepted really well. They liked it. So the next one is gonna be much harder to impress the people, even the flat earthers, and even the new ones, and the people we are targeting for. So we see how it goes. So, and other thing I wanted to say also, because we don't have so much time, and I wanted to discuss this too. Like being a producer and director, how much headache we have to go to. I remember in one of your podcasts, I think you were mentioning that we even forget to live once we are in some of these kind of project when we undertake.
Yep.
It's so much of responsibility involved once you commit to a project like this, with so many people involved, with so many things happening, and with this and the time span we have. Do you want to shed some light your experience so that people know that it's not so easy to get these things done? It's just easy to say, yeah, we are doing something, and then
Well,
everybody is living
it's
their own
because
life.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah. It's
go
because
ahead.
they don't see what goes into it. They don't see you not sleeping in your own bed. They don't see the things. They don't see all the chiropractor visits for just fucking my neck up because it's just too much editing. And then there's been times my chiropractor goes, you can't go home and edit, man. And I'm like, I have to. It's not about if I can't. It's just what I have to do. And there's a lot that goes into it. And that's why, the community for the most part has been really nice and helpful. And a lot of people help me, fund the project as well. So shout out to all of them. It's hard, man. It's hard. I don't have a 9 to 5 or nothing like that. I gave all that up. I'm just trying to do videos and get support from my audience that has always supported me. So there's really no difference. They've always supported me. So it's one of those things where it's like, I could focus more full time and figuring things out and flying and going places and doing stuff. It takes a lot of time and effort and patience and then you come home and you're like, you got 12 hours of footage to sift through, and you're just like hanging your head like, God, how long is this going to take? And 2 weeks later, you're half done, and you're like, I haven't even started the other guy's footage yet. Wow. And it just keeps going and going and going and going. And no one, and it's not like, again, not complaining with the computer I have, but it's not the fastest. So, and that's a factor into it, and at the same time, the overall goal is to make a good film. So, but you can't forget that in the process. That's another form of stress. Yeah. You got to deal with the real day-to-day activity stress and everything else that weighs in on you, mind, body, and soul. But then you still have to make it good. So it's like
so many components to keep it together. Wow.
Well, man, I thought I was going to be done with the second one, at least with a few weeks off. I finished 2 days a day and a half before.
Wow.
And I still wanted to add more, I still wanted to make it longer and add a little bit more. And I'm just like, if I start one more thing, then it's not going to be done in time. I already knew that. And
can't spread yourself too thin, right?
Well, it's better than Level. Level was about 2 hours before I hit upload. I finished. So it sucks, man. But again, that's what is enabling me to go, hey, if I have to put together another funding thing, I don't want to do that, but it's going to allow me to upgrade my computer. It's going to allow me to upgrade my camcorders, get some lighting, things like that. And then possibly start level 3 as soon as possible rather than waiting around. It's like I'm always waiting around for, it's like, when am I going to be able to do it on my own? And it's like, and then it keeps going and time keeps going and time keeps going. It's like, maybe if I could maybe try to start the next one as soon as possible, at least the beginning stages of it, or get some footage or get some ideas going. Because it's going to be a long grind once summer's over for me. So I might as well try to start sooner than that. I just, nothing comes that easy, man. I wish it was, but nothing comes that easy. Like people think from afar, there's like, oh, they're just sitting down editing.
Through a movie together.
Oh, yes. And I was everything. I'm the sound guy. I'm the director, the editor, the post-production, the marketer, I fucking do it. I mean, I've had a couple of people help me with marketing, but it's just a point of it's like a one-man show. Brother. It's a one-man show where I should have at least 10 people, at least 10 people helping in a project like this to do it efficiently and quicker. But it's always just me. And that's another thing people don't get. It's always just me. So
I never would have thought that. Like, you must got 5.
Yeah, and also like even you, like Sean, even you as a person doing so many different jobs to make it happen, it's so much hectic. And even if you have 5 or 10 people doing it for you, and you are responsible for making them do things, and the participant is also a lot of.
Also, yep. Yeah, it's both sides. I see both sides, and they're almost equally as annoying as the next. So it's one of those things where, when it's just you, it's a better feeling, but it's more overwhelming, at least in the sense of, no one's going to bail you out of this. You guys, it's like, just being a director or something takes time, or just being the editor, just being post-production, all these parts that most people subcontract out to help, get someone else to help. There's no subcontracting in flat earth. So I'm like, hey, I'm not going to trust any professional company or something to be like, hey, here's some, flat earth footage. I need you to chop it up. I don't trust nobody like that. And
look what happens.
It's just one of those things where that's my gift and a curse at the same time. It's like, I only trust myself with my vision and the way it looks. Now, do I make mistakes sometimes? Yeah. I look back and go, damn, I shouldn't have put that in there, or damn, I should have took that out, or I should have added that. It's just growing pains. But I also don't have anyone yelling at me. There's no one yelling at me. There's no one that I have to yell at. Right. So it's like, I just yell at myself the whole time, but that's stressful, man. You got to yell at yourself all the time and fuck, it sucks.
Can't get away.
But it's still better than being yelled at, or even I don't like yelling at people either. So it's like, I don't want to yell at someone either. Like, I need it done today. Like, I can't. Yeah. It's like so artificial for me to talk like that. So maybe I shouldn't.
So Sean, yeah. So Sean, what is your break? What is when you take a break? What's your hobbies? What you disconnect when you don't want to do anything from editing? How do you take out time and where you can stop your brain? What are your?
That's Vikka. That's different. That's stopping my brain's different than most people. It's I guess if you call it when I have free time, I'm with my family. My girlfriend, or I'm watching stuff for new projects, research. It's all the time. I'm not going to the movie theaters.
That is free time.
Yeah. I'm not heading to the movie theaters. I'm not paying $20 to support Hollywood. So I'm not renting movies on Prime or something for $20 and giving my check to Universal or something. I'm good. So I'm usually BitChute, YouTube, Rockfin. I like a lot of Rockfin podcasts to talk. I'm learning a lot from that. A lot of different truths and stuff going on. So I look into them and I'm like, what? I didn't know about that rabbit hole. Holy shit. So it's constant gaining knowledge as best as I can. And just trying to mentally prepare for, level 3, technically. I mean, just the possibility of trying to start that soon is in the back burner of my head. So, but I like going to the beach. I like going, just taking walks, going out. I'm not someone that goes out and drinks all the time or anything like that. I'll have a beer once in a great while, but I'm not that guy to like go, let's go out drinking. Like, no. So
not a lot of us do that,
Well, to me, it's
mellow about that attitude.
No, I mean, it's I don't judge anybody. So I know some people that they know the earth's flat and they're out probably they're hammered right now. That's it's up to you. As long as you can,
general feeling I got.
Yeah, as long as you could detox and drink a lot of water and stuff like that, and throughout the week try to stay healthy. It is what it is. Cheers, but
it's all good.
Try to limit as much as I can, even with smoking marijuana, just limited once in a while. I will. Same thing. I try to stay focused and constantly just sitting here in my studio, I guess, with a couple. Actually, in the next level, that's really what's behind me. That's I didn't want to use a green screen in the next level. So where I'm sitting, for whoever thinks I own a $1 million studio for my CGI green screen, in the film, that's actually where I work. That's my little corner of my living room. So that's where the magic happens, right? So hopefully better magic will be happening soon, and I can keep making more spectacular things. I'm going to try to work on little small things in the process. A lot of people were hitting me up about the Mandela effect to make something about that. I don't know. I didn't know much about it. I looked into it for a little bit What are your guys' thoughts on that? You guys are all truthers. What is going on here with the Mandela effect? And is it just a bunch of Looney Tunes was spelled 00, which I can contest it was. So but that's my point. I don't get what's going on with all that. Maybe someone knows. I don't know.
I had
this
something
is
happen to me.
Everybody chimed in one at a time.
The Mandela effect, as far as I know, it doesn't have a wide-reaching effect. You can look it up. It's just one event. It's not and it kind of, some people will kind of generalize it, but it's really not that big a deal. I personally don't know much about it, but it doesn't seem like it's that big. People are trying to make it big by sensationalizing it, but it doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. But another subject is, Sean, the way you're talking, you're a one-man show. Well, Vikka's the same way. I don't know if anybody brought that up, but Vikka's the one-man show for Flatten the Curve. You guys are very similar there. You guys do a phenomenal amount of work. We know what it is. Vikka put ours together. All we did was we sent him audio clips and video clips, and he and his guys chopped it all up. I mean, he was a one-man show. Like what do we call it? One-legged man at an ass-kicking contest. That's what you're describing there, Sean. So good work on you. You and Vikka both.
Thank you. Yeah, Vikka did a great job as well. One-man show, yeah, that's for sure. You can get
because we don't have any. Yeah, and we don't have any Hollywood background or supporters that that we can have a very huge professional team too. So
yeah, right.
Yeah,
and again, I'd still go down to the point of like trusting people at that point with everything. So it'd be weird. I probably would maybe in the future, but I still would rather just do everything myself, man. As weird as that sounds. But again, with a faster computer and a better camcorder, and I know myself with a faster computer and a better camcorder, I can get anything done. I'm good with that. So that's the next step. There's steps involved in trying to make something better, and unfortunately, stupid green pieces of fucking paper. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is. Yeah,
somebody comments like a Hollywood style production of Iron Republic movie is needed for theaters.
Me and Tanner, Tanner in the film Flat Earth Millionaire, we've talked about that for years now. Just the idea of how could we film the Iron Republic? I mean, people turn books in the movies all the time. And like actually sat down, and then I was at his house, just sat down and talked about like, how is this possible? Like, is it possible? Like, yeah, anything's possible. We'd have to hire actors, but it wouldn't have to be like this flat earth smacking of an event as much as I'd flat smack everyone on set. It would just be, you're an actor. You get paid. You're reading a fucking book, So take the book home when you're done. I don't know how any of that works. I don't know if they take the book home first. I don't know. I'm like pretending. But yeah, that would be a great film. I'm just saying I agree. I just know that we have talked about that for years, and he's got a lake right by his house that's perfect too, just to film and just continue the loop of because most of the book is he's in the boat, so it wouldn't be too hard. But then at that point we'll get it into film festivals before we release it on the internet. Get into film festivals to really get people intrigued with what this story was. And wow, they found more land. I mean, it's so even if it wasn't true, I think it is, but even if it wasn't true, it still will open people's channels of more land. And then eventually when they hear the flat earth, and then they hear flat earth and more land, they go, oh, like the Iron Republic. Can you imagine if we made a film just independent, but it got people talking enough to where when someone says the word flat earth, they're like, oh, is that what you guys mean with the Iron Republic? There's more land. And then imagine that flat earther was like, yeah, most of us think there's more land. I think it could wake a lot of people up because that's how general society is. They want a film and
they want to go on vacations in that new land too.
Well, it's just Eric. My point is Eric Dubay and ODD TV. Those should be enough for you, whoever you are in the public,
right?
The general society. Those should be enough. Or if you want a smooth operator, get Dave Murphy. Or Dave Weiss too. It's just the people that are out in the community now that still make videos, do a great job, and they do content. They flat smack people. Those people should be enough for the general society to wake up, and people probably do wake up to them. But it sucks that it's like the general society, you couldn't sit them down and to even watch them or watch their videos. It's like, but a film a big film or even an independent film with a lot of marketing and backing, would be awesome. That's like a stepping stone into, you just got flat smacked and you didn't even know it. You walk out the theater like, that's a great film. It's like, yeah, the Earth's flat. They're like, huh?
Exactly, a sci-fi base, type of sci-fi, make people think they're having entertainment, and flat smack them
like they do.
That's it. Yeah.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they do, and that's what I always try to do in my stuff. Is I'm trying to. This sounds bad, but I'm trying to re-brainwash the general society. And level again was more of a. I'm going to re-brainwash you, but I'm going to punch you at the same time. The next level was more. I'm going to re-brainwash you, and I'm just going to smack you like this, because it's. The information's all there for you. You can hit pause and go look for yourself half the time. So it's like the Iron Republic would be again, that's crazy that just resurfaced, because I was thinking about that recently just on my own. But anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Oh yeah.
So any possibility, Sean? You're going to be at the convention in North Carolina in October.
What convention?
I think Bob was talking about it from Globebusters. There's a flat smack, right? Is that what's it called?
The conference, the Flat Earth conference in
a
in
Flat
October.
Earth conference. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think so. For me, if ODD TV was going or something, I'd probably hang out for a little bit because that's my boy. But if he's not going, I'm probably, I don't know anybody like that, man. I don't talk to anybody in that sense, really. So I kind of would feel like a lonely guy there. I don't really talk to anyone. I don't even know who's there. But
I'll be there. So we'll get a
for sure.
We'll talk about
I'll talk to ODD and see if he's going. But I don't have any general.
I think Bob might be kind of running it. I'm not too sure, but
okay.
It's in North Carolina.
Yeah, but I don't at this moment. I doubt it. I doubt I would go. It's not about anything personal. It's just this.
No. I hear you, bro. It's not around the corner either.
Yeah, that's another thing. But either way, good for whoever's putting together. If it's a genuine conference, good. That's what we need. We need more meetups. We need more meetups. We need people. The community's getting together, hosting events, doing things. Even the general public, flat earthers, everybody just get together, do things.
Right.
Keep spreading the word that way, because those are another set of people in humanity that's like they see a crowd and they're like, "What's going on over there? Oh my god!"
Yeah, curiosity factor.
Curiosity people. Just hold and go, and they're like, "Oh, they'll take your card. They'll watch the film, or they'll watch the free one on YouTube. It's fine. Just go watch the stuff. Come back." You're already here, but I've never been in any conferences or anything like that. I wanted to put something together with Tanner one day, have our own type of thing. I don't really think we'd call it a conference, but do something, and it would definitely be in Texas. Come on down to Texas. So if we did something in Texas, and if we did something, I'm assuming it'll be next summer. So stay tuned for that. I'd like to put something together and have. Probably have a special guest. I wouldn't say his name right now because he will be there. Special. He will be there. He said whenever I do, if me and Tanner do it, he will be there. But I would never be able to say the name, unfortunately, unless you go. But it'd be awesome. I'm just gonna say whoever that person is freaking awesome. And if they, if we put this together, it's going to be really nice. And again, it's not going to be like a conference thing or something. No, it's just, we don't even know what it's going to be, but it's going to be we're going to do something for sure. We want to do something with the flat earth public, the community, get people through, and maybe get some more people, maybe like Martin Lakey, Flat Earth British, fly him out here. Just Santos, fly him here. Get everybody here that we want here, if they can make it, of course. Vikka, you guys, everybody, Vikka too, everybody that we want on board to go to this event or whatever. Again, I'm not going to call it a conference, but we always want to do that. We always want to do that. Why? It's but in terms of going to other conferences at the moment, I don't have any plans to know.
All right. I hope to God.
Awesome, brother. Everything is possible. So we're gonna be having last thoughts, and we're gonna be wrapping up. I will have a last question for Sean before we wrap up. Any last thoughts, Rob,
Yes, yeah. This is
Jeannie?
Rob. One question I wanted to ask Sean is, I'd like to get in touch with Captain Obvious somehow. Now that he's dropped off of YouTube, he's still on. He's still Captain Obvious.
Yeah,
Maybe
I've
you could
never
tell me-
spoken to him, boss.
Oh, really?
No, Captain Obvious, I didn't even learn about till a long time after he was mirroring a couple of my older YouTube docs. So I just heard that. Hey, I used to hear. I just saw your documentary on Captain Obvious's thing. I'm like, who is Cap? So again, I mean, when he was mirroring my work, I would comment and say, "Thank you for showing. Thank you for sharing or whatever." But that's as far as the relationship went, boss. So
Okay,
yeah,
sure, no
I don't know.
problem.
Yeah, I don't know him
And again,
personally at all.
all right, big thanks from all of us, from me especially, from just another look at the flat Earth topics. Thanks for all your work. That's all I have.
You're very welcome, and thank you.
Indeed.
Awesome, Rob. Thanks for passing by. It's always great to have you too, brother. Jeannie, your last thoughts, brother.
Oh, it was just what a great night, man. Sean, thanks for coming by. We hope to have you back.
Thanks, Gene. Yeah, anytime. Sorry about the time constraints today, but next time I'll make sure it's not like that. So, but anytime.
Good, man.
I'll always try to come on if I can.
I got I have a friend in common with I think with Eddie Bravo. I was wondering if you could hook us up with getting him on the show. It would be really cool. My friend is in the UFC. He's fighting in Long Island in July.
What's what's a UFC buddy's name?
Hurricane Shane Burgos.
I'll see. I'll see if he's heard of him. Eddie,
Possibly,
let
right?
me tell you, man. Eddie, he's got a show on Rockfin called "Look Into It." I do the editing and the audio, the engineering, and everything for the show for him. So,
no way.
Eddie's a really nice guy, super fun. But let me tell you something, man. Crazy busy. I don't think I've ever seen anybody that busy. He's always busy, but
I could imagine with everything he's
every time someone asks me to ask him, I do. So I'll ask him for sure.
That would be great, brother. And
that's all I can do is all I can do is ask him. So
that would be awesome. He don't know me from a hole in a donut, so he wouldn't. I just messaged him on his Facebook, and I sent him Flatten the Curve. Hopefully, he might have heard of that already.
I'm pretty sure he's seen it. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Pretty sure Eddie's seen it.
Very cool. I sent him a link tonight. I told him that we had you. I'm real excited to have you here, brother. It's great talking to you, man. Vikka, great job, man. Manny, I don't know where Manny is, but we'll talk to
Manny's sleeping. It's 12:30. Manny maybe had a couple of beers and a couple of smoke, and he's snoring because he was so excited to be here today on the show. Sean, he's such a huge fan of yours.
Flat thumbs for Manny.
Flat thumbs for Manny. You are not here, Manny, but for sure
true.
We wanted you to be here, so he missed it, but no problem. And yes, before we wrap up, I want to say, Sean, thank you for taking out the time for being on the show and and all the work you do for the community. So thank you, brother. And yes, we'll wrap up with where you see yourself in 5 years.
Me personally?
Antarctica.
Yes.
Where I see myself personally in 5 years. That's a hard one, man. I kind of try to live in the present and I manifest for my future. I haven't manifested that far ahead, so I really don't have an answer. But 5 years, hopefully, at some event with millions of people all waking up to the flat earth and we've already taken this world back and the dictatorship and the communism in this world has already been disintegrated in 5 years and we all can be happy with our family and healthy.
We get the free energy back.
Get the Tesla coils, one to each person.
Yeah.
Tartari technology.
Tartaria technology, sure. Antarctic treaty abolished. Everybody's already living in the North Pole.
Nobody's hungry.
With the whoever's there. We got some troopers that are already headed, way past 60th parallel. They're going to be coming back in 8 months to report back with footage of what's going on. And I'm going to go I'll go in the second round to go see what's out there. So, hey, collective consciousness, guys. As long as we keep manifesting these things and we keep speaking out loud about it, then we can control our world because no one else can. So no one else can control your world besides you. So if we all get on board collectively, we could all change it together for sure.
Well said.
Definitely.
One more thing, just keying off what you said, Sean. Eliminating communism expands liberty. Lack of communism, everybody's free to go to the Antarctica, go to the North, go wherever they want. Communism, if we reduce communism, everybody's got their liberty back.
Exactly. No paying taxes. Live freely. Go whenever you were. Do whatever you want. No permission for nothing. Thank you guys, everyone, for being today with us on the show, HelioPsychosis podcast. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Ginny. Thank you so much, Sean. And yes, best of luck for all your future ventures, brother. And
thank you. You too, Vikka. We'll talk soon, brother.
Yes, brother. Definitely. And thank you, everybody in the chat for joining us. And make sure you join us next week for the next episode of HelioPsychosis podcast. This is your host, Vikka Draziv. Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.